B-Marsh Boxing, what's happening, world? Now, anybody who watched that fight on that Jaime Munguia card with Franchon Cruz Dezarn, who was the super middleweight champ. I believe she was even unified, if I am mistaken. She had like two titles. You know what I'm saying? I believe IBF and the WBC title. You know what I'm saying? Well, she fought this girl named Alejandra Jimenez, who boiled her way down to 168 pounds. And she was a heavyweight before that. I think the max she fought at was like 234. Well, Alejandra Jimenez, if you watch that fight, man, there was something fishy about that fight. Something fishy about that fight, and I'll get into more fishiness that I found out as time progressed. So Alejandra Jimenez, like I said, it was the WBC and the WBO titles that she beat off of Franchon on January 11th. Well, she has tested positive for a banned substance, the WBC announced yesterday on Friday. The WBC said, and they sampled from a test administered by VADA on January 10th, tested positive. And under the WBC protocol, Jimenez could be on hand to witness the opening of a B sample or send a representative to do so, and will then be accorded the due process the WBC clean boxing protocol provides. You know what I'm saying? So the fight was an awesome fight. I personally thought that the woman, Alejandra Jimenez, she looked like a man. I thought that was a dude for a sec, especially when she got emotional after winning the titles. It was just something. It was just something so glaring that I thought it was a man. You know what I mean? But apparently, people have done their homework, done their research. She is a woman. She's even given birth. So that's not what we on today. We on about this her testing positive for a banned substance. You know what I mean? Great fight, back and forth fight at the Alamo Dome, and she won on the judges' scorecard on split decision 97-93, 98-92, and 93-97. Oscar De La Hoya said that the failed drug test is extremely unfortunate, and he said his focus will be having Franchon Cruz, reinstated as a champion. I'm going to read you some quotes right here from Golden Boy promoter Oscar De La Hoya. Quote, as Franchon's promoter, we are incredibly disappointed for her as she worked incredibly hard to defend her titles. However, our job is to ensure the safety of our fighters, both inside and outside the ring. Thus, we have always insisted and supported testing through the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association for all of our World Championship fights. Jimenez's fight against Franchon Cruz is no exception. Now our job is to find justice for Franchon by working closely with the WBC and WBO in order to reinstate her as a champion. I'm gonna read you some quotes from Barry Hunter. Big up to Barry Hunter, Washington D.C.'s finest trainer. Big up to the Headbangers Gym out there on in Southwest. You know what I mean? Big up to Southwest Washington D.C. Southwest on the South Side. I'm gonna read you some quotes from Barry Hunter. He said, quote, I would still like to fight her again. I definitely think Franchon was a better fighter. I thought Jimenez's advantage was that she was in better shape now with this coming out. And if this stands to be true, that's a whole nother ball game. End quote. So like I said, anybody who watched that fight could tell there was something fishy, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Hit that thumbs up when you come in this room. Be Marsh Boxing. Do what you gotta do. Hit the thumbs up. Do the necessary, man. Don't come up in man's live stream and not hitting the thumbs up. You heard? Pay dues, show respect, man. My channel ain't no fanboy channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I stay neutral, you know what I mean? You check it. I don't cater or pander to no particular fan base. That's not what I do, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sell my soul, and I'm not gonna let people dictate what kind of content I'm gonna put out there as far as boxing. I don't care if you don't like what I got to say. You know what I mean? If you don't, then please don't come to the channel. If you do appreciate it, I'll stay neutral. I ain't a fanboy. Remember this. This ain't no fanboy fan page channel. I already told fellas about you seen them Beyonce type of fan page channels, Justin Bieber fan page channel. You know what I'm saying? Some even boxers have fan page. Not even just channels, basically social media pages, whatever. This ain't one of those, you know what I mean? I keep it straight down the middle. You check it. I ain't a fanboy of nobody, and this ain't no hate channel neither, you know what I mean? I don't come on this piece banging on like that guy Hatman, man. You could tell Hatman, man, he doing it for a check, man. Them fellas done lost all his integrity, you know what I mean? You know, them fellas love to talk about PBC fanboys. If he talk about PBC fanboys, then what is he? What is he? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we keeping it 100% neutral over here, man. What's up with you and Rival Boxing Talk? What the deal, man? And Rival Boxing Talk says, B Marsh, do you think it's possible Jimenez was born male like people think? You see, I've heard that she's given birth. I'm not sure to how many kids, maybe one or two. You know, in this day and age, man, you know what I'm saying? That's why I remember that video you made, Unrivaled, about I forgot what it was, it was about child abuse, like subjecting little kids to, you know, like, two parents of the same sex, and it's child abuse. I agree with you 100%. That was definitely a powerful video. So in this day and age, man, there's a lot of X, Y, and Z chromosome factors that who knows, man? Who knows, man? But we talking about her on PEDs, which she got popped dirty for. And I knew that fight, man. She either looking like a man or she's juiced to the gill. And sure enough, the truth reveals. You know what I mean? Big ups to Todd French 600. What's up? He said, B Marsh, what's up with you, man? He says, yup, there was something definitely going on. I agree 100%, man. Man, that girl beat the wig off of Franchon Cruz, you know what I mean? And Franchon Cruz is a tough, tough girl, you know what I'm saying? Tough girl, but she lost a split decision, but I'm glad that Vada is doing what they do diligence, and I think the fight should be declared a no contest, and the title should be given back to Franchon Cruz, and they could do a rematch. And if the girl beats her clean, fair, and square, so be it. Todd French 600 says, yep, that's why I like coming here. I appreciate that, Todd French. I salute you, guy. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting how some channels I used to respect, man, they just, man, wow. Fellas done sold they soul, man. You know what I'm saying? To gain you know, support from a particular fan base. Nah, man, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's what I'm not gonna do, man. None of these, I owe no allegiance to none of these boxers. I do support plenty of boxers, if not all of them. As long as you're doing right by boxing, then I got no qualms with you. You know what I mean? But some people, man, some people they just got no integrity. That's just what it comes down to. You know what I mean? They got no integrity, and like I always say, be March boxing. I should copyright and patent this quote, man. Fellas ain't got no backbone. Fellas be on the ground like caterpillars. They can't stand firm 10 toes down. You know what I mean? Fellas out here got fan page channels, man. Like a Michael Jackson fan page channel. It's disgusting, man. But it is what it is. Just know that B March Boxing, excuse me, ain't on that, you know what I'm saying? And really and truly, I feel like the channels out there that is solid channels, they show B Marsh Boxing respect, and that's what I'm all about. You know what I mean? I'm not here for the views. I'm not here for subs. I'm here just to do it for the love of boxing. I don't even monetize. I used to, but I don't do that no more. For what? Man, I don't gotta. I don't get. I don't got. I don't gotta depend on no YouTube Google checks, man. I get money in real life, man. I've been getting money before YouTube existed. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a teen. You know what I mean? Real talk, man. You check it. So I don't depend on no YouTube checks. That's why my integrity, my love for boxers is not up for sale. You know what I mean? Really and truly. So where we at in the chat? Todd French 600 says, do you think they're going to strip her? They absolutely should if the B sample comes out positive as well. Yes, they should. Strip her, no doubt, man. She beat the wig off Franchon Cruz. You know what I'm saying? They had to yank that wig off of Franchon Cruz's head on some really pull it out the tracks out the roots. That's painful, man. But she's in a fight already. I'm sure she was numb to the pain, but holy cow, man. Todd French 600 says, so what do you think of this? Oh, he says, and call it a no contest. Absolutely. Should be a no contest. I agree 100%. Todd French 600 says, so what do you think of the state of women's boxing? I think the state of women's boxing is in the best place I've ever seen it in all my lifetime watching boxing. You know what I mean? There was Ann Wolfs and the Christy Martins and Lucia Rikers back in the day and Layla Ali's and Justina Achiang. You know what I'm saying? But I think right now with as much televised women's boxing there is, Franchon Cruz versus Alejandra Jimenez was a great fight. Clarissa Shields is washing people. You know what I'm saying? She's barely losing rounds except when she lost rounds when she got dropped by the Hannah Gabriel, and lost a couple rounds to Franchon Cruz. But besides that, she dominating. So the state of women's boxing is in a good place. You know what I mean? And I just hope we get more entertaining fights like we've seen. The talent pool is not as thick and as large as men's boxing, sure, but there's some good women. I covered women. I cover women's boxing whenever I can. You know, I covered a fight out of Mexico City with a woman from Kenya who was the champion WBC super bantamweight champ for Fatuma Zarika, and she lost her title in Mexico to another young Mexican gal. Can't quite remember her name right now, but it was a great fight, and a lot of people were interested in that fight. That's why I covered it. Top French 600 says, "Common, everyone I know is not common. Everyone I know, it's not that many. Please hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Salute, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button, man. Unless you're Alejandra Jimenez promoter, her team, a fan, then I could understand why you're gonna be in your feelings because I made this video. But at the end of the day, the truth hurts, you know? Okay, Top French 600 says, that's awesome that they do. Yes, indeed. Todd French 600 says, I've watched a lot of journalists, and I was like, what the F? Yeah, even some journalists be out of pocket, man. That man Bud Crawford had to carry. You know, in DC, when we say carry, it means like basically son. He carried your ass, man. He carried you Obama, young. You got carried, Slim. It's like you got checked, you know what I mean? You got put in your place. Well, the man Bud Crawford, he had to carry that man Mike Coppinger on Twitter because he be faking, you know what I mean? And when I say faking, I'm not talking about his stories are fake. You know, in D.C., Maryland area, man, when we say faking, it's like, man, you bluffing, man. You talking out the side of your neck. You're not keeping it a buck. You know what I mean? And I forgot what exactly it was about that Mike Coppinger was faking about, but Buck Crawford called him out. I think it had something to do with Javante Davis. Um, I think it was something to do with Javante Davis going damn near 12 rounds with a guy in Gamboa who had ruptured his Achilles. And I forgot what the man, it was something Bud Crawford and Coppinger, something to do with Tank Davis, you know? Todd French says, like Steve King, how the hell does he still have a job? Because he probably went to college, went to journalist school, probably was never watching boxing a day in his life till he probably needed a job. Then he got into the world of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Todd French 600 says, that was a damn good fight with Gabriels and Shields. Absolutely, man. She got put on the canvas, you know? Great fight. So the other people who in this piece eavesdropping and not hitting the thumbs up, y'all fellas ain't got no backbone, man. Y'all fellas some caterpillars, straight up and down. You coming in my joint eavesdropping when all I do is drop nothing but some gangster shit for you, man. Some real boxing talk, you know what I mean? Not catering to nobody, but if you come in here checking out B Marsh Boxing, and I noticed I got a lot of people on this piece who like to come in this joint eavesdropping, not hitting the thumbs up. Y'all some clowns straight up and down. Todd French 600 says, how do you feel about Ali versus Shields? I'd love to see that fight. Why not? Let's do it. Layla Ali, to me, she talks a whole lot. But to me, I was never impressed with her skill set. She talks a whole lot, especially being a woman of 40, a homemaker. Yeah, come in that ring with Clarissa Shields, man. You're going to go back to being a housewife real quick, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Todd French says yes, Lord, me too. I'd love to see that fight. Layla Ali talk about she wants meals, she wants a bag. Hey, man, do it for women's boxing, man. Put your reputation and your last name on the line, you know what I mean? If you ain't afraid to let that old go, let's do it, man, on some gangster shit, man. Let's do it, man. I want to see it. I want to see it, you know what I mean? It'll boost Clarissa Shields' profile tremendously. Layla Ali Ben came in with the name, you know what I'm saying? Y'all fellas coming in here eavesdropping. When I call you bluff, you be ducking, scattering like roaches. Like I said, y'all ain't got no backbone. Straight up caterpillars, man. You know what I'm saying? Todd French 600 says, I know, right? The soccer moms and strippers, LOL. Shields had me dying. Yeah, man. She gonna go back to being a homemaker real quick, man, and design some recipes. Make some cookbooks, you know what I mean? Because the boxing game's a hurt game, man. You can't come up off the couch and think you could take punches in the face and just go eat them, you know what I mean? No, sir. Clarissa Shields ain't a big puncher. But shit, man, I'd love to see that fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Why not, man? We need to see that fight for women's boxing. Women's boxing needs a super fight. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Top Fence 600 says she is super fast. Absolutely. She is. She got quick hands. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, man, that's the news, man. I put y'all on Alejandra Jimenez. I don't know what's really good with this girl, man, but I knew something was quite fishy. And another thing what's fishy about what happened that night? A great fight, definitely the best fight. That fight was in 2019, right? 2020, right? It was this year, right? I Look, man, that was the best women's fight I've seen in a long time. If that fight was in December of 2019, that would be the women's fight of the year, no question about it, right? Don't you know DAZN ain't put up no highlights for that fight? DAZN, they ain't put up no highlights on their YouTube page. They put all highlights for Jaime Munguia that night and all the undercards. But they ain't showed no Franchon Cruz versus Alejandra Jimenez, man. What part of the game is that, man? You know what I'm saying? That's when I knew something is fishy. Yeah, maybe because they probably would think, man, people would think, man, this girl Franchon Cruz, she fought a dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what they'll be like, man. She fought a dude, man, so they're not having that. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why they ain't want to put the highlights over there on the zone, you know what I mean? Word up, man. Todd French 600 says, now, do you think the hate that Shields get is because of colorism? Absolutely. It is. Yo, there's channels out here, I'm trying to tell you, I respect, man. I take that back. I used to respect, you know what I mean? That's why I had to make that video. Clarissa Shields did not punch Mr. James Ali Bashir. All the kind of visceral, vile shit people were saying about Clarissa Shields. All of a sudden, yo, fellas now talking about she look like a man and she's not attractive. What the fuck does that got to do with boxing, dogs? What the fuck does that have to do with her brother snuffing an old man, a sucker punch? You know what I mean? You check it? Yeah. Some of these fellas are not even black, you know what I mean? When I hear white dudes talking that shit, I already know where that's coming from, you know what I mean? You check it all and they Wow, fellas ain't got no spines and no backbones, man. I'm a real G, man. I walk these streets with my head up high, you know what I mean? I get love everywhere I go. You check it? That's because I carry myself like a distinguished gentleman, you know what I mean? We can handle it on some business or on some gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? But on the real, the way fellas be on this YouTube shit talking and just when they press record, it's disgusting. How fellas was talking about Clarissa Shields. And all she's done is elevate boxing, women's boxing, ever since she stepped into the game. If you don't watch women's boxing, don't cover it. Don't make no videos about it. Only American woman, only American man or woman who's achieved gold medal twice in two different Olympics came in the game elevating women's boxing. Her brother does some nut ass shit, which she can't control. Obviously, she's doing her weigh-in stuff, you know what I mean? Her brother, who's going through the judicial system now, and these cornballs wasn't even saying nothing about the brother. Everything was hating on Clarissa Shields, you know what I'm saying? I seen another channel, man. I'm not gonna call Slim's name out, but Slim a straight Bama, young. I'm trying to tell you, man. This guy made a video, man. He went on a rant about Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields had nothing to do with that Mr. Ali Bashir getting snuffed, you know what I mean? So, absolutely it's about colorism. What does the fact that fellas saying all of a sudden that she looked like a man got to do with her brother doing that disgusting deed that he did? Yeah, I know what fellas is all about. I don't even go to them. I unsubscribe from them fellas channels. Straight up, man. I think before you press record, you know what I mean? All right, where we at? Todd French 600 said, the zone terrible, but then again, they're known for shady stuff as well. Yeah, the zone to me is on the bottom of the totem pole. I don't care what nobody says, man. I don't care what nobody says, man. Fighting boxing on the app, that's for the birds, you know what I'm saying? That shit is for the birds. That shit right there don't even make no sense. You know what I mean? Fighting on the app. Heavyweight boxing, man. Anthony Joshua fighting on the app and people not even interested to watch it. They was interested in the first fight because it was in USA and that fight was on prime time, you know what I'm saying? Heavyweight fight out in Saudi Arabia at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, man. People doing stuff on the weekend, man. They taking their kids to get a haircut. They taking their family out for dinner. Some people who have a full-time job on weekdays probably trying to make some extra change on the weekend, you know what I mean? So ain't nobody sitting in the house on a Saturday except us. We hardcore boxing fans. I don't miss nothing. I cover everything, you know what I mean? You check it, but is the zone terrible? The zone's just another boxing outlet. I ain't mad at it, but the zone is every now and then they give you good fights. You know what I mean? But then again, look, Canoli's popularity is dwindling. The man only managed to bring 8,000 people in the T-Mobile arena to watch him versus Kovalev. Canoli, number one biggest fighter in North America, 8,000 people. Come on, man. The zone is stupid. They paid this guy $33 million guaranteed, no matter who he fight, and he not even giving them no Bubu Andrade, and he not giving him no Triple G. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, these cornballs out here who be hating on PBC like Hat Man, and fellas just like him, right? These motherfuckers out here, they never talk about how the zone can't even get their best fighters to fight each other. You know what I mean? You know, and it's funny how them people across the pond, man, they got so much love for the zone, but they ain't even got it in their country. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fellas crazy, man. It's funny to me, man. Yo, man. To me, the best boxing outlets in the world right now is PBC and ESPN. ESPN got that legendary top rank diet, no question about it. But every now and then, more than the zone, they give us better fights. You know what I mean? You check it. Now, if you like Jaime Munguia versus Spike O'Sullivan, that's all well and fine. You could have it. You know what I'm saying? I'm more interested in what we seeing on PBC the last time we seen PBC on TV. What was the last fight? Julian J. Rock Williams versus Rosario. And people might say, oh my gosh, the man lost his titles. Well, that's what it's like on PBC, man. There's parity. You know what I mean? Nobody's safe, especially at 154. There ain't no mismatches like them other networks. You know what I mean? Mostly top ranked diets, like what Bud Crawford's being fed. And I'm a Bud Crawford fan, man. I love that dude. But I don't like his opponents. I'm going to keep it tall with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it 100% tall with y'all, man. I don't like his opponents. You know what I mean? You check it. So, where we at in the chat, man? Super ugly. Um, Todd French 600 says they probably knew about it, shaking my head. Absolutely, man. It's just baffling how weren't those highlights on the Zone's YouTube page? What do you mean? But you showed everything else that night? Something fishy about that. M. Creech, what the deal, M. Creech? And Creech in the chat says salute to the chat. Rainbow Team tried to flip the narrative. Real boxing fans knew something was wrong. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Todd French says, I know, right? Yes, indeed. We agree. We're on the same page. Todd French 600 says, I've asked many of people. They condemn Shields for talking trash, but Ali talks the same trash. So, what's the difference? You know, it's incredible. SMH, man. They don't like the girl because she's a, a, a melanated young black female who's so confident, and ain't nobody fucking with her. Ain't nobody fucking with her. Yeah, y'all talk about Katie Shields or what's that? Not Katie Shields, Katie Taylor, man. Katie Taylor lost to that girl, arguably at a draw, versus the Delphine, that Delphine girl. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. We're not even gonna put Katie Taylor in the same category as Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields is Clarissa Shields is women's boxing. You know what I mean? It's the truth. Um, Top Fresh 600 says, I know, right? And Danny's fighting on Showtime. Yeah, Danny's fighting on Showtime. It's gonna be basically some showcase fights. I'm not mad at the fight one bit because you and I and everybody who knows boxing, who is objective and not just gonna say be a PBC hater, they know that Danny Garcia was gonna be involved with Errol Spence in a pay-per-view in January, this weekend. We know what happened to Errol Spence. What's Danny supposed to do? He got to fight somebody, right? So he's fighting Ivan Redcatch, who came off beating a former two different division champion in Devin Alexander, 140 and a 147-pound champion in Devin Alexander, a guy who started at lightweight. So Danny Garcia is more than likely going to knock him out, but that's all well and fine. That's what I'm here for too, you know what I mean? Because I do expect Danny Garcia, hopefully, to see him in a in a more competitive fight. After he disposes of Ivan Redcatch, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people people was hating on Jason Rosario. Who the hell is this guy? J Rock supposed to fight? Man, I knew that'd be a difficult fight, man. I've seen Jason Rosario fight before. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, we know exactly why J Rock was fighting Jason Rosario. Hurd pulled out of the obligated rematch clause. He had no trainer, had to find new trainers, had to get acclimated to his new training staff. You know what I mean? He ain't just jump out there. He had to get acclimated to his new staff, and we'll see if that new staff will make any significant difference in his fight game tonight at the Barclays Center when he fights Francisco Santana. Another thing I gotta say, man. I heard some channels out here, I'm not gonna call their names. They hell bent on trying to clown and carry the man Jared Hurd for fighting Francisco Santana, who's a guy who's mostly campaigned at welterweight. Okay. Jared Hurd's bringing this guy up to 154 pounds. Okay. That's the truth. But you know, these guys who are talking all this about the man Jared Hurd, they never mentioned nothing about J-Rock fighting Francisco Santana at 154 pounds. Maybe because these guys are also from Philadelphia, just like J-Rock, so they doing what I don't do, being a fanboy, showing favoritism. J-Rock fought this same guy that Jared Hurd's about to fight at 154. But these same channels wasn't crying and bitching about J-Rock pulling up a guy from 147 up to 154. Ironically, they both from Philly too, and I respect that Philly channel. I'm just saying, where's the same energy that you have for Jared Hurd fighting Santana, bringing him up for 147? You ain't had the same energy for Julian J. Rock Williams when he fought the same guy at 154. It's ridiculous, man. Fellas just be forgetting. Fellas got, oh gosh, it's already 11:56. I gotta go to the post office, man. I gotta be there by 1 o'clock. Let me hurry up and finish this live stream, man. I'm getting money every day, man. I don't depend on no YouTube money, dogs. I get money in my sleep. I'm trying to tell you, man. Real talk. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to show you. It's not to brag or nothing, you know what I mean? I got a family to feed. That's why I go hard, you heard? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't gotta sell my soul for no motherfucking YouTube views, for no um uh 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 to cater to a particular fan base. Nah, but you know what? If I did that, I guarantee you what, I'd have a ton of subscribers if I pandered to any side. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Fucking with the Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua riding they nuts. I can't do that. And doing the same thing, fucking with the PBC and Errol Spence, Al Heyman. I like them, but I ain't no fanboy. All I do know is put a tournament between Matchroom and PBC fighters. We see who gonna come out on top. That's all I gotta say. Let me keep it moving with this chat. Because you and I know if Eddie Hearn loses, Anthony Joshua loses all his straps, who the hell else is his money maker over there? Who, Dillian White, who can only do domestic pay-per-views? That's all well and fine. Come to USA, Jack. There's numerous fighters out here. And all I gotta say is one name, Manny Pacquiao. Yeah. Todd French 600 says Katie Taylor looked like crap. Absolutely, man. I thought that fight was a draw or she lost. Todd French says, but then again, that was a work. That was a work as well. Todd French 600 says yes, but Danny fight makes sense. It's a tune-up for Errol. Absolutely. Danny Garcia was going to be fighting Errol Spence. Due to unfortunate circumstances, Errol Spence is banged up. So Danny Garcia got to do what he got to do. Top Fresh 600 says he needs to knock the rust off, so I see nothing wrong with it. Also, you have to stay active. Absolutely. Top Fresh 600 says, I know that's right, B. Marsh. Do your thing, my man. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming through. Y'all fellas help me do my thing, too, when we do the talk this boxing issue, heard? Top Fresh 600 says, LMOL. Yes, Lord, B. Marsh. She got nothing else. And also, who is on the D Bo SMH. You gonna have to rephrase that again, man, because I ain't quite understand that. Yes, Lord B. Marsh. He got nothing else, and also, whom is he? Are you talking about Danny Garcia? Yeah, Danny Garcia got to fight somebody, man, because Errol Spence wasn't able to defend his 2 unified titles. You heard? So yo, B. Marsh Boxing about to step up out of here. I gotta take a shower, then go to the Gotta go to the post office. You know what I mean? Big ups to Unrival Boxing Talk. Todd French 600. Salute to you. Thanks for coming through. Making this live stream live as F. Yeah, I mean, big up to M. Crease. Salute to you as well, my God. Big up to everybody who came through in the chat. Oh, Todd French says Debo White. Yeah. Dylan White, man, is a lion, man. I usually like a lot of Jamaican fighters, but I don't know. I don't like that guy one bit, man. I don't like him. I want him to fight Deontay Wilder. That's what I want to see, man. I want to see Slim get decapitated, you know what I mean? Straight up and down, you heard? Top French 600 says, salute, my man. Take care, and God bless you and your family. Same to you, man. Salute to you. Big ups to you. Hope you enjoy your weekend with your family. Be Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. Remember, before I step up out of here, my channel is not a fan page channel. I don't cater to no particular single boxer. I cover boxing from strawweight to heavyweight. Every promotional company, every network from DAZN to ESPN to PBC, I do it all. I'm gone.